Hello everyone, and welcome back to RuneScape, where we are continuing the necromancy grind. So I thought we were going to be doing a different quest today, but it turns out the quest that says it requires level 30 something actually requires level 65 to fully complete, so we're not going to touch that. The requirements are just misleading. Instead, I had to level up to level 46, and we're going to do Vessel of the Harbinger, which we start by talking to Death. Ah, you wish to learn more about Raziel, I presume. So, I have a little bit of experience as a necromancer. Will you tell me more about Raziel now? Very well, but we should start small. Let me tell you more of Vessels, and the fate that befell a somewhat recent apprentice of Raziel. Vessels, the Well of Souls isn't the only one? A vessel is just a name we give to a place in which many souls reside. I created the Well of Souls, a sanctuary for those who die and know not what comes next for them. Many necromancers end up creating their own vessels, a place in which they can consolidate their power and grow it over time. More souls, more power. It is not wholly dissimilar from godhood, though with souls other than one's own and against their will. In fact, you have previously dealt with at least one such a necromancer and their vessel in your past. I have? Who? I believe his name is Necroverus, and his vessel being the Ectofuntus in Port Phasmatus. Necroverus? What would this teach of Raziel? Necroverus was a one-time apprentice of Raziel's. Who better to teach you of what Raziel has in store for you than a former pupil wronged by him? Ah, of course, thank you. In that case, I will head to Port Phasmatus and see what I can learn from Necroverus. I'm very glad they are actually using Port Phasmatus in this, and actually having the quest as a requirement is nice. Refreshing compared to how things have been. I mean, hopefully they, actually update this area at some point this year. That would be cool. But right now, it's just still ancient garbage. Oh, I didn't equip this. Necroverus, no doubt you are here once again to whine about how evil I am. Be gone with you. I'm not here to berate you. I actually need your help. My help? You take over my town, ripping power away from me, yet now you wish for my help? Don't be foolish, you imbecile mortal. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't necessary. Death sent me. Herald himself? My time is precious, but you may be granted a minute to explain. The necromancer Raziel is causing havoc in the underworld. He's already drained the city of of its souls, and wants to take over Gielinor with an army of undead. I have been chosen as his apprentice, as I have been told you once were. Raziel, he never gives up, does he? Not yet, at least. So, you are in dire need of my help. I want something in return first. Of course you do. As much as I hate to admit it, the Ectofuntus has been much stronger since Port Phasmatus's souls have been given freedom. You're welcome. Quiet, mortal. However, this does mean that these miserable, tortured souls outside of the town are preventing the Ectofuntus from reaching its full potential. You must gather their souls for me in this urn. To do so, you must defeat them with necromancy. 5 souls will be sufficient. Once you have their souls, they must be cleansed by praying at the Ectofuntus with a bucket of ectoplasm. This isn't quite the evil deed I was expecting from you, helping to cleanse souls now, are we? I'm still evil and powerful. This is not something I have to prove to you. Whatever you say. Now off with you. Go and perform that evil gathering and cleansing of souls for me. Alright, well luckily I have been upgrading my items to tier 40. So we are all set. We're doing a little bit of combat. Decent accuracy. Well, hit chance, I guess. Calling it accuracy is a bit misleading because you don't miss. I do like that mechanic. I did some training by killing lesser demons, actually. It wasn't efficient training, but it was AFK, and it made progress towards the gross misconduct achievement, which is required for Civil War Part 1. which is a mini-quest we will be doing once the necromancy grind slows down. It's part of the Succession quest line that we still need to go back and finish. But yeah, I haven't recorded me doing the upgrades to the armor because you just talk to Keely for a bit, bring a couple items, and then it's done. It's not really enough to justify an entire episode for probably what would come out to be like 2 minutes of content. So I'm not recording that little bit. It's gonna get harder though. Oh, well, I don't know what I just said. I don't know what the second bucket is for. It's just listed in the requirements. I have cleansed the tortured souls for you. Perfect. More power for me. Now, you said you'd help me with the Raziel situation? Yes, you have done as I have asked. I shall first tell you more about him. This may help prevent you from falling into the same trap that I did. Trap? A trap indeed, a temporary downfall of my otherwise great power. Now that you're his apprentice, as yes, I once was, you must be careful. Raziel is intelligent and ambitious, with cunning schemes to achieve his plans. My history with Raziel began back before the transformation of Port Phasmatus. I was a young and impressively evil necromancer, with a specialization in vessels. Raziel came to me in the Eastern Lands and spoke tales of ectoplasm under Port Phasmatus. Although I was wary, he was powerful and intelligent, so I followed his word. Of course, his word turned out to be true. The next part of the story you already know. The Ectofuntus, my own vessel, was built to contain the spirits and ectoplasm of Port Phasmatus, and provide me with power. Raziel observed as my power grew, as the vessel slowly usurped the souls of the town. Things were going so well. But something went wrong. Something went very wrong, unaccounted for in my studies. As well as the mere human souls, the vessel also began to suck away at my life force. Well, weren't you also human? Yes, but I am its master. I should have retained pure control of it, not the other way around. Raziel did nothing. He quietly learned, and left me in this viridescent form. And so I have a special hatred in my heart for that necromancer. If you're not careful, you may end up with the same fate. Is there anything you suggest I do to try and stop Raziel? I can help you perform a ritual to empower your vessel, the Well of Souls. Whilst the ritual itself may not stop him wholly, it may give you more power to take him down. How can I perform this ritual? Now that I cannot remember. It has been many years since I last performed it. The Book of Heracanto will contain the information we require. I have heard whisperings that it was last in the hands of one of my disgraced disciples, Nettie. That sounds about right. I was the one who gave it to her. I will ignore your subversion for now. Get the book from Nettie and return to me once you have it. This shouldn't take me too long. If I recall, she lives just east of the Slayer Tower. Bother me not with the details. Goodbye. Alright, so we need to head on over there. I can just home teleport, it's not a big deal. And here we are, good old Nettie. Haven't talked to her in a long time. No, don't close the door on yourself, you idiot. Get in there. Alright. A rock. Alright, where is she? Or is she in the... Got it in the chest then? My expertise in thieving would be of no use here, I guess. Alright, and what's the deal here? Inspect the bed? This looks like it hasn't been slept in for quite a while. Apologies. Alright, obviously I'm supposed to run into her skeleton, but how do I trigger this fight? I don't know, let me see. Vessel of the Harbinger. Okay, there's supposed to be some letters I inspect. Where, though? Oh, on the floor there. What's this? Unpaid bills, an advert for a new flavor of nettle tea, an apology note from Dr. Finkenstrain about some building work he's having done, a subscription to Witches Weekly, and a letter signed by V. V for Velarina. Maybe she knows where Nettie is. I can probably still find her in Port Phasmatus. Alright. We figured it out. Look at that. I did unlock the second talent, by the way. I just didn't bother recording it because it's just clicking a button. So it's like, what's the big deal? Alright, so we need to find Velarina. Where was she again? I mean, obviously she's here somewhere. I don't actually know where, and it doesn't look like the game's gonna highlight it for me. Velarina. I'm trying to remember this quest. It's been such a long time. I don't think she's in there, though. It feels like she was over here somewhere. Maybe she is in here. Not Robin. Quit mousing over Robin. Oh, there she is. I thought I remembered her being somewhere small. Hi, Velarina. I don't suppose you've seen Nettie around recently. Ah, you didn't hear? Hear what? Unfortunately, my dear friend passed to the underworld a little while ago. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. What happened? Nettie being Nettie was out gathering some nettles for her tea. I'd warned her that the bog was extra slippery due to the weather recently, but she tutted me off. Alas, the poor girl slipped and hit her head just a touch too hard. At least she died doing what she loved. I just wish I had a chance to say goodbye. As she's not in the vicinity of Port Phasmatus, she had no choice but to pass over. I suppose at least I can look forward to meeting her once again, when I finally choose to pass. Well, I appreciate the information on where I can find Nettie now. Thank you, Velarina. Goodbye, KaBob. Alright, so she's gonna be in the city of I guess? Yeah, alright. Actually, we want to go to the Well of Souls. I think I'll just teleport there, then. That would be here. It's funny, I don't really value spirit runes very much, but I probably should. They're probably worth a good amount. I sold a bone rune yesterday just to see what it sold for. It sold for like over 8k. I doubt it still is, but that was a ridiculous amount. I was tempted to just sell them all, but it was not enough to really bother with. Alright, Ted, that would be the skeleton. Hi, Ted. Have you seen anyone pass through here called Nettie? Nettie? I sure have. Her soul returned through the well not that long ago. You can probably find her in the last call. I'll head over there. Thanks, Ted. Anytime. Alright. Now we want to home teleport to skip over the lag bridge. Alright, I assume the last call is the pub, which is where exactly in relation to my current position. It doesn't have a marker, or I have the markers disabled. Well, that's not good. And they're not highlighting where I'm supposed to go. Could be the place behind the music, though. Oh yeah, there it is. It's on this mini-map. Alright. Which one of you is Nettie? You are Nettie. Nettie? Ah, KaBob, a familiar face in the underworld, yet you still take a mortal form. Indeed, I'm not dead yet. You seem to have come prepared with Ghost Speak enchantment. However, I don't feel that it has any effect here. Oh, that's curious. Interesting. Perhaps the underworldly energies take care of that for you? What brings you here, anyway? I'm currently learning necromancy to take down Raziel. Raziel, that necromancer who drained of life? That's the one. Talk about a rude welcome to the city. I was barely fresh off the boat before that Raziel siphoned everyone else away. I figured it would be best to get out of there before it was too late. After it looked to be safe, I returned and found this lovely little pub. They even serve tea. It sounds like you're having a wonderful time down here. I am indeed. They have plain nettle tea, milky nettle tea, earthy nettle tea, stinging nettle tea. Root nettle tea, herbal nettle tea, mushroom nettle tea, mint nettle tea, fermented nettle tea. KaBob? Right, tea, sorry. I actually came here hoping to get something from you to use against Raziel. And what would that be, dear? You recall the book of Heracanto I gave to you? Necroverus needs it back so he can teach me a ritual. Humph, Necroverus. Normally I would refuse any help towards him. He had no right to tyrannize my friends in Port Phasmatus. However, as I've seen, the underworld does seem to be in a nasty situation. I trust you will not misuse the book. It details some extremely powerful rituals, and should not dare fall into the wrong hands. I will ensure Necroverus will use it wisely. Alright, I made sure to keep the book safely locked away in a chest in my house. You'll need a key to open the chest, though. I stored it at the Bank of Port Phasmatus. I don't imagine I can just turn up to a bank and ask for your belongings. I should hope not. Here, I'll write up a little will stating you as the rightful owner of the key. They'll probably want my death certificate, too. How did she have her death certificate? Anything else? Well, there's the skeleton, but you'll be fine. The what? The chest's guard skeleton, of course. You'll need to deal with them before you can unlock my chest, but I'm sure you can figure something out. I'll be off then. Enjoy your tea. Good luck. Alright, so back to Port Phasmatus then. It would be interesting to fight Necroverus. That would be cool if they made a sequel to Ghosts Ahoy where you fight him and they graphically update the whole area. Alright, well anyway, to the bank. Hopefully it's pretty simple. So far, these quests have not been overly complicated, which does not surprise me. Releasing 9 quests in one day, I wasn't expecting these to all be giant 2-hour adventures. Okay, this is not what I wanted to do. See all the garbage in my bank. No, don't talk to them. I'm here to claim a key belonging to a previous resident of Mauritania, Nettie. We ensure the utmost security here at the Bank of Gielinor. You understand that we can't just give out personal belongings to anyone. I have her will and death certificate right here with me. Let me just verify this. A Port Phasmatus stamp of approval, a matching signature to our records. I can confirm the legitimacy of these documents. Here's Nettie's key for you, as per her will. Thank you. Alright, and now we gotta return again. You know, it's really too bad we couldn't convince her to will us her entire bank. We only get one item out of it while the rest just sits there forever. Seems a bit silly. Oh no, it's a level 160 skeleton. Are you okay? For my whole life, I thought I wanted to be a locked chest bodyguard. Your whole life? When you were a human, you wanted to be a bodyguard for a chest? Okay then, for my whole death I wanted to be a locked chest bodyguard. In my life I wanted to be a hot air balloon conductor. You must have died pretty recently then, considering we just invented hot air balloons not that long ago. Well, your dream came true. Is it not living up to what you thought it would be? Not really. I don't feel like I'm cut out for this job. Nettie took a chance on me and hired me despite my lack of warrior training. I just don't know what she saw in me. He's level 160 and he's not trained. I'm sure you have some redeeming qualities that help. Nope, my bone definition is so poor that any old skeleton could best me. Any old skeleton, you say? Yep, probably even a Chinjampa skeleton. Alright, so do I just attack him then? And then summon my skeleton warrior? On skeleton warrior. I guess I need to use up here because using things from down there is very tricky, apparently. Alright. We got the book. Oh, we can't read it. Alright, well anyway, I guess I'll return to Necroverus. Ew. Where have you been, mortal? A long story. All that matters is that I have the Book of Hirakanto here with me. I wouldn't have expected you to be so witless as to return without it. I'm flattered. Do not grow accustomed to it. We are merely working together due to a shared enemy. Now, you will need to gather some special ectoplasm from the ectofuntus itself, in a bucket, to focus the ritual on. Once that is done, let us meet by the ritual site in the city of where you can perform the Empower Vessel ritual. See you there. Okay, so he said to gather some special stuff. I guess we just go down here? I don't know. It doesn't look particularly special to me. It does look very graphically outdated, though. I always did like the little things jumping around in here, though. If they ever graphically update it, I hope they keep them. If I just do this, will it give me the special one? No. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, let me see. What am I supposed to do here? Just says use... Oh, use a bucket on... Okay, so we're supposed to gather it from up there. Got it. I get it. There we go. We've got their ectoplasm now. I guess I'm replacing the bucket of slime that I used from my bank. Which I don't know why I have buckets of slime in my bank, but I do. Can't remember where I got them from. Anyway, we need to go to... I really have to try not to call it because it just feels like it should be I'd prefer it if it was but, you know, whatever. Alright, so where is good old Necroverus? There he is. A ritual site of this splendor would be perfect for an evil necromancer like myself. It is wasted on the likes of you. Why don't you move to the city of to use it then? Alas, I much enjoy the power from my ectofuntus. My disciples would surely also miss me too much. Now, on with the Empower Vessel ritual. We have no time to lose. Yeah, I agree, but, you're not actually telling me what to do, so I guess we'll just try to do it ourselves. Power Vessel. Alright, we have actually everything we need already set up, shockingly. That's not even me trying. That was just pure luck. Very good, though. Dang it, it drained all my stuff. It's a good thing I actually charged all my things. Saving me a bit of effort. Alright, well, this is the excitingness of doing necromancy. Apparently, a lot of people already have 99, I think, which is crazy. I've not really been trying that hard, honestly. I thought I would be just grinding constantly, like with archaeology, but the skill's actually a lot faster than I expected it to be. Which, being combat, kind of makes sense. Combat is just extremely fast to train nowadays, but still. It is quite fast. The only thing slowing me down is quests, really. Alright. Congratulations, your vessel has grown in power. This should help to fight Raziel. You would think, but your efforts are pitiful. My own vessel is filled with generations of souls from this city. Raziel, you will pay for what you did to me. Ah, Necroverus, my old student. I see you have learned nothing of value since last I left you. Your dismal vessel was a mere trial run for my true plan. Its potential is insignificant compared to the vessel your failure has helped me create. But if you interfere with my tutelage of KaBob again, I shall strip away what minuscule power you have accrued, purely out of spite. Now be gone, I have no more use for you. Trouble the underworld with your presence no more. So he's mad that he helped me. Now, where were we? Are you afraid I might learn something I shouldn't? From Necroverus? Haha, he's little more than a farmer of souls, and with a tiny withering crop at that. If failure is what you wish to learn, perhaps he can teach you of that. My vessel grows stronger, and I with it. Yes, you are making progress, but not nearly quick enough. By all means, continue to power your vessel, but you cannot hope to match my power this way alone. So, Raziel has his own vessel. Not surprising, but good to confirm it. I should return to Death and share what I've learned. Alright, good stuff. Over to Death we go. Alright, Death. So I found out that Raziel used Necroverance to learn how to build a more powerful vessel, one he is using now. He had to put the souls of that he stole somewhere. I suspect his own vessel is housed within his citadel. Whenever you make your way there, keep an eye out for what it could be. They can be made to look like anything. He suggested my connection with the Well of Souls could never match his. Is this all futile? He speaks true, but your attempts are not futile. You would not catch up with him in terms of raw available energy, even across many lifetimes. He has clearly been working on this plan for centuries. However, we will find a way. Perhaps there is something more in your approach to necromancy. Perhaps. Still, I believe we have learned all we are likely to from Necroverus. Continue your training, and return to me after you have visited Raziel's citadel. Alright, we get 25 free souls, a little bit of XP, and another quest point. Let's go ahead and take care of that XP real quick. See how that does us for levels. Alright, 1 level. We're now level 47. Very good. Nothing unlocked. But we get Bloat at level 48. I'm ready to get to tier 50. I feel like I'll be able to kill a lot more things once we hit tier 50.
You are weak.
Also got a Baker. I wonder where that is. Does it show up on the map? No, I'm sure it's around here somewhere. I don't know what a Baker would have. I was thinking it'd be nice if there was more skilling in here, you know, maybe like fishing some ghost fish, thieving some ghosts, things like that. But I don't know if there is much anything like that right now. But anyway, that is another quest complete. I think the next episode will actually be the medium achievements. I think the only requirement I need for that is level 50, which is barely any time away, being at 47 already. So we'll be doing that, and then we'll continue on through the rest of the quest line. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye!